Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Travel and Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, and thank you for rejoining us. We appreciate it very, very much. And listen, enjoying Mardi Gras is one thing, but enjoying some of the maybe real exciting things about Mardi Gras, and when people kind of take Mardi Gras to the next level, that's what makes us excited. So glad to have with us Miss Janie Picanti.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Talking a little about the Krewe tradition. And I got to tell you right off the bat, I love the fact that your last name is Picanti and it fits right in with this whole concept. Pecans are a big part of your history and tradition. Tell us a little bit about this Krewe of tradition.
Yes, so it began in 2013.
Okay.
Two sisters, Whitney and Shannon, they were Loops at the time. That was their last name. Mm-hmm. They were out for Mardi Gras, and someone was out. They were dressed up. They had wigs, you know, they had the whole deal on. And someone asked them, so why are you guys dressed up? I believe it was Mardi Gras Day. And they were like, well, why aren't you dressed up? So they were like, you know what? We need to revive masquerading and costuming here in Terrebonne Parish for our people. And that's when they started it. And it has grown significantly, especially in the last couple of years since then, as a walking parade.
And it's so very unique. I love this idea because what you're doing is you're bringing back the joy that people used to have at parades and with parades, but while you're enjoying the whole festivities, right?
Yes, and as a family as well, because children are included.
Okay,
as well.
Very family oriented.
Yes.
So, again, been a few years. I'm sure we had our challenges during COVID, our challenges during and after the hurricane. But like you said, things have really started to pick up. Let's talk a little bit about what you guys do each week. As you got some of you brought some of your unique items that you guys make, I think, on Thursdays.
Yes, sir. So we partner with the Intracoastal Club, and every Thursday, and this will continue. We will do other artistic projects after Mardi Gras.
Okay.
But until we walk at 7 o'clock, we design these pecans, and it's a really neat setup because we design these as a group.
Okay.
So you have everything that you need: glue sticks, paint, all at your disposal. And we end up starting with one pecan, and sometimes we end up with almost a whole float of pecans.
And so you can see some of the different items here. All of them have pecans involved in each of these. So every one of them have at least one.
That's right.
Some have more than one. Of course, you know, the pecans that just got married.
Yes,
we want to wish them congratulations. So I don't know if they become more picanti when they get married, right, Janie? I love it. And it's just so very cool that you didn't join this because of pecans, but it just so happens to be your last name as well, right?
Yes, and we were so happy to get these pecans from my husband's family, the whole Picanti family in Acme, Louisiana, because we were having a little trouble with our pecans here down the bayou.
Yes, it's just one of those struggles that we've had over the years. And so this is a walking parade.
Yes.
And so we've got some shots of what took place. This is Mardi Gras 2016, a few years ago. And so you can see how much fun everybody is having. Of course, everyone dressed up.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
And so this Krewe of tradition here rolling in 2016, you can see them here on Main Street, right by Bon Terre, as they're sharing the love with other people and really walking through. And look how cool.
Right.
I mean, you know, the king right there. And now it finishes over in front of La Petite. And so let's talk about why that's important at La Petite.
Well, I know that Whitney and Shannon have a lot of connections with that particular theater. That's kind of about all I know as far as that connection.
Right. But something's going to take place at the end of the walking parade at La Petite, right?
And that's going to be the royal contest, the costume contest. And anyone, by the way, so anyone in the community can join even that day if they want to dress up. Also, they can grab a shaker or a tambourine because we play music as we walk.
Right.
And then once we reach La Petite, we kind of do a little dance, I guess like a dance off.
Okay.
And that'll determine the winners.
The winners of that.
Based mostly on their costume, though.
Okay, gotcha. And again, it's a Krewe tradition, a walking parade. It's going to start at Route to Rise on Barrow Street.
Yes.
So something people need to know. It doesn't last very long.
That's right.
But it's a very enjoyable walk.
Yes. And in fact, we start lining up around 1 p.m.
Okay.
And by the time we reach La Petite, it's about 2 p.m.
Okay. It takes about an hour, right?
Well, actually, I think 1:30 is when we're going to start walking.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain. certain.
lining up about that. Okay.
Yes.
And let's talk about what day this is going to be on.
Yes. Okay. So this is the Sunday before Mardi Gras, February 11th.
February 11th.
And if there is any kind of inclement weather, you see, we go based on what Terranians are doing.
Okay, so it's based on whatever Terranians is doing
Yes.
for that
So if
parade.
it's bad weather, because they are calling for rain, if you find out what Terranians is doing, then you'll know what we're doing, which would be on the Tuesday. It would be rescheduled.
Okay, it may be rescheduled for the Tuesday.
For Fat
right.
Tuesday.
And that's on,
Yes.
the 11th is on the Sunday.
Yes.
And that would be the 13th on the Tuesday.
Tuesday,
right,
yes.
Mardi Gras Day. And again, winners of the costume contest become the Crew of Tradition Royal Court.
Yes.
And they want to make sure everybody in the community wants to come out and enjoy the traditions of Mardi Gras. It's just a really cool idea. And it's very natural, right? You guys make a
Yes.
lot of these things that are different from the traditional throwing items.
Yes, and we like to bring together, we're kind of calling out us little Cajun eccentrics and artists who otherwise maybe wouldn't have some type of platform to really co-create with other artists and show their artwork.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I really like about it. In fact, that's what drew me to it, and it's helped me bring out my art in my creative endeavors.
Okay. And so, again, Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. Where do you guys meet Thursdays at 7?
At the Intracoastal Club, which is right over the Twin Span.
Oh, right over the Twin Span, the Intercoastal Club. And again, Crew of Tradition scheduled to roll out on the Sunday before Mardi Gras, lining up around 1, walking around 1:30, starting at Roots of Rise, and finishing with the dance-off and the costume contest at La Petite de Terrebonne
Yes.
on Main Street. Very
Yes.
good. Well, Jenny, thank you for joining us today and sharing with
you.
us all of these unique cultural items.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You got it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time when we continue.